you were audible. Was I audible?
No, look at that face.
Oh, yeah. Hey guys, this is Benny.
And this is Dhruv. And today we are going to review the trailer of the Nigerian movie called Days of Destiny. This is a 2021 movie. And from what I saw, it's a sci-fi movie. And there's no IMDb entry I found, so I'll just read from the wiki page. Days of Destiny, also known as D.O.D, is a 2021 Nigerian sci-fi adventure film written and directed by Akay and Abosi Ogba. Abosi Ogba made his directorial debut through this film. The film stars Olumide Oworu, Denola Grey, Norbert Young, and Toyin Abraham in the lead roles. The film is based on the mysterious adventures of two teenage boys who travel back in time by 20 years to change their fortunes of the family. It is also the first Nigerian family adventure film, as well as Nigeria's first ever time traveler film, and was also the first Nigerian film to be released in 2021.
Woo.
So many firsts. So many firsts. Well, you know, it's a good thing, like that they're going into sci-fi. I know that even like as Indian audiences, I think Krish was the first sci-fi film, and that came. I mean, the US had been making sci-fi films forever, but for us, it came in the 2000s. I think Krish was in 2000s, right? Yeah. So it took a long time to get to that point, to have that kind of expertise in house to be able to do that. So I'm very happy that Nigeria is going that route now.
Yes, and I'm always a diehard fan of sci-fi. So
You
I'm
are?
really excited.
Okay.
Oh yes.
First time I met your mother, it was Democracy Day 2000. We were destined to be together.
Governor Coca. Why you be embarrassing my guests? It's okay. Rubbish again now. What nonsense? You are fired. How can you know somebody as influential as the governor and still be broke? My uncle wants to see you.
How would you like to come and work for me?
If you had the chance to change your life, wouldn't you?
I am Babayaro Callistus.
Hey, Papa Wonder. Yes!
What are you talking about? Yeah, 2000. Nothing happened. We're going to Senator Adediran's house. This is the day that Dad met Mom at Senator Adediran's party. You have just been given the opportunity of a lifetime. Take it. What have you done, Chidi?
By the year 2020, Nigeria go be like America. But why una dey laugh? Una no believe in Vision 2020.
That laugh was infectious.
That was funny. So, you know, it's like all these predictions. It kind of, I'll start with the end sentence where she's like, by the year 2020, Nigeria will be like America. and they were kind of laughing, and it kind of reminds me of like 2001 Space Odyssey that was made in what, the 70s or 60s. I don't remember when it was made, but that was the expectation that by that time we would be so advanced, right? But if you think about it, the advancements in science have happened just like more in the past centuries, and then it kind of slowed down. Like it is happening, but not at such a pace that it was happening at that time. So you can't really predict that in 30 years this is what's going to happen with so and so country, right? But it's funny, like this also kind of reminds me of Back to the Future, where Michael J. Fox goes back to back into the past actually, and meets his mother who was hitting on him, and it's so awkward for him, right? So so this is an interesting concept, because it seems like the stories that their dad knew a lot of influential people, and yet they were kind of broke as a family. And so the kids kind of decided to go back in time to try and change it. But you never know why your parent made certain decisions. You might never know. And so that would be maybe an interesting perspective for them to see, like, what actually happened there.
And when you read about two teenagers, they go back in the past, I was kind of expecting it would be a boy and a girl, but it turns out to be two boys. So that's good. I mean, that's refreshing. I thought there would be a romantic angle, which is kind of essential to a hit movie. But what I found funny is that, before that, the wheel starts turning and, they get into the future, or some kind of thing opens up for them to go into the past. There was this shaman kind of guy, he looked like he looked like a shaman. And so it makes me think, that you need to be culturally sensitive. I mean, you want to make a sci-fi movie, but you want the people to have something that they are more used to. So even though it may be something where you're using a scientific device to get back into the past, you still need somebody whom you would approve of. Maybe Nigerians still have more faith in shaman. I mean, maybe they're more habituated to a shaman than to a completely scientific, rather than a scientist, like lab coat. I think they're more comfortable with that. So I like that cultural touch that the director gave over there. And I appreciate that this director, he tried to make the science fiction movie, and I like the light going around in circles, blah blah, and they are trying to touch something in the oblivion. That was nice.
No, so this is an awesome observation, because this is very shamanic, right? Spirit guide, shamanic. Even the experience that they showed where they are going into this time traveling machine, that is kind of like a psychedelic experience, because you see these things, you kind of, with psychedelic experiences, people see certain objects that they try to touch. Are these real or not? That whole phase was almost like a shamanic psychedelic experience that they went through. And I'm intrigued to know really what happens. Like, do they change the trajectory of how things happen, which I think won't happen. I feel like they will understand where his dad was coming from and why he didn't make certain decisions. Sometimes people with integrity let go of money, because because some decisions are just more moral than others. And there are many times then that good people choose those moral decisions over chasing money. And maybe the option that was given to him, maybe the kids kind of, when you see them telling their dad, this is a better option, choose it, this, that. But then maybe the shaman is kind of trying to show them that you're underappreciating your parents for their values. They chose this for a certain reason. And what would happen if they went the money route? Maybe the shaman wants to show them that, guide them that give them a life lesson more than anything else, and also appreciate their parents. Many a times kids put their parents down because they think they're uncool, they're not rich enough, they're this and that. They don't know the context of where their parents are coming from and what they have been through in their lives to understand something like this. Again, this is like a life lesson kind of a movie done with so much comedy. Like this is amazing. Like these kind of life lessons, like it's like, you know, there are these amazing fables we read as kids that were such awesome life lessons that taught us about life, death, philosophical things, appreciating yourself. They were the language, the storytelling, that was so kid friendly, that was so family friendly, that it's not traumatizing for the kid to learn something and yet learn amazing life lessons. And I think Nigerian storytelling is kind of along those lines, that it's kid friendly, everybody can watch it and yet learn from it, you know. I think the two boys are siblings.
Yeah,
It seems like, right, it's the same family. So unless they are like friends and both of their families are poor, but it seems like they're siblings and they're going back in time to, you know, make their family rich.
Rich, yes.
You know,
when
that's
you're kid, when you're looking at your peers, and when you see that others are rich around you, others can afford more things around you, they have better smartphones, they have better clothes. At that time, you feel that, you know, hey, I don't have that, and maybe that's my parents' fault. You know, if you see that your father is influential, if he knew influential people, and yet he's not done enough, it's like, hey, you could have done it for me. Why didn't you do it? Other people's parents did it. You know, you feel betrayed because, you know, at that age, you know, at the age of adolescence especially, you are very much into a peer pressure. You know, you need to belong to a group, and you need to be able to be accepted in a group, and you want to prove yourself. You know, your self-worth is mostly at this age defined by peers. And so at that time, yes, people, youngsters, they feel a need that, yes, I should probably be richer, I should have more materialistic things. If you want a girlfriend, for example, nobody's going to be impressed by you if you're not wearing good clothes, if you can't afford a specific hairstyle, if you don't have, good shoes and a good smartphone and all those things, and then you feel like being left out. And then even though you maybe up till now might have appreciated your parents' values, maybe you feel, nah, this is not the kind of life I want. I want a girlfriend too, I want to compete too, you know. And so at that age you might feel that moral values are not really that much worth, you know. But when you come to reality and you realize that, you know, peace of mind, nothing compares to that, you know. That you can sleep guilt free at night, that no, I haven't done anybody harm and my family is safe, you know. I don't have much, but what I have is mine. Those kind of things, the value of that only comes with experience. When you actually face life and when you have to make those decisions, then you realize the value of those things, you know. Sleeping peacefully at night, there's probably nothing more exquisite than that, you know. That's a luxury. That's a luxury.
Yeah, you might have all the money in the world, but if you don't have peace of mind, it's really not worth it, you know. It might just take your health down the drain, and then what's the point of that money? Like, what is money worth? Money is a means to an end. And so if money cannot buy you those good things, that like a good family, peace of mind, you know, just being relaxed, being able to enjoy your life, if money is taking you away from that and causing stress and making you not like yourself, then what is the point of money? But you don't realize that as a kid, obviously, you know. This is another like interesting observation into how human beings are, that they want to control every aspect of their lives. And even though over a lifetime, human beings do see that you don't have control over what happens. I mean, you can control how you behave and react and all of that, but what happens in your life is not in your hands. But yet, time after time after time, over the years, human beings try and control that and always have that fantasy. I wish I could do this. I wish I could go back. I wish this would have changed, then this would have happened. But everything happens for a reason. Everything, good, bad, ugly, everything happens for a reason. And how you take it is the only thing you can control. And yet that's a lesson like we know in theory, but to really bring it into ourselves is the hardest thing in the world. And I think like this, that's why stories like this exist, because there is this incessant human need to have more control over how things work, and that's how the human brain is as well. Like it takes time to accept that, okay, I have done my best and now let destiny take its course. But that most people wouldn't everybody has a hard time with it, not just other people. Like everyone has a hard time with that acceptance.
I think that being a bit illogical and being a bit impractical about the truth of life, it's in front of you. Generation to generation, as you said, people try to not face that reality. But I think that's what makes us human, and that's what gives flavor to our life. Otherwise we'd be mechanical morons who know everything and don't know how to live. I mean, being happy, being sad, sometimes it's a sweet taste of life and sometimes it's bitter. But I think that if everybody comes to that realization, okay, that one day you're just going to die and you can't control destiny, then life would be actually so bland and boring, and there would probably be nothing to look forward to. And I think that's lovely. That we make mistakes is great. That we are ignorant, being so intelligent, is also great. And I think that's what makes human beings so wonderful.
Yeah.
We are the coolest of creatures, and yet we are the ones who are human, so that's just fabulous.
Yeah, otherwise we would be robots, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and actually go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Also, hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. We usually do it on Mondays. Also, leave us a comment for any suggestions you might have for any other reviews we should be doing or general feedback. Until next time, फिर मिलेंगे.
फिर मिलेंगे.